was your take on the loss of the Steelers?
It was definitely tough. Hats off to them. They played a great game. It just we dug ourselves a little hole a little too early. We had the safety, then we had that pick that we came down. It was just you get behind the eight ball with a good team, it's hard to come back from. But I think we flushed that game. We moved on to Dallas. We got to make sure we keep going because these next 4 games are huge for our season.
No, it really is. And you talk about the Dallas Cowboys, a team that's been as hot, really the hottest team in football because they win whether they play great or whether they play poorly. How did you guys beat them in week 1? Now, I know it was Dak and Ezekiel's first game of their careers, but what was the difference that you guys had that other teams haven't been able to figure out?
We know them. We've played them, and we know what they're bringing to the table. Obviously, they have some emerging young stars that have been doing some great stuff for them. So, obviously, stopping the run is the number one thing because that offensive line, that running game is very, very good. So I think that's got to be the focus of our defense. And our offense, we put points on the board. It puts them in an awkward position because they really haven't been down all too much in this 10-week run they've been on, 11-week run.
We're talking to Justin Pugh, former first-round pick out of Syracuse for the Giants, offensive lineman. G-Men having a good season. Obviously not what they were looking for in Pittsburgh the other day, but Pittsburgh's a good team, and it's a tough venue, and the Giants certainly right in the mix here as we get ready to play the final couple of games of the season. I just got to ask you this here, Justin, because Tiki and I spent about an hour or so, maybe more, and we got a lot of tweets and a lot of interesting reaction from our audience. It is my opinion, and I know that it's easy to say this in a radio studio, but how in the world does somebody on your team not grab Odell Beckham by the collar and flip him up against a locker and say, dude, cut the nonsense, relax, and start acting like an adult?
It's emotions is a part of this game, and I think he's one of the more emotional guys I've ever played with. He realizes, too, that, he's got to make sure he keeps himself in check. But sometimes when you have the camera on you at all times and they're always trying to point out one little thing you're doing, it definitely gets tough and gets frustrating. I don't think a lot of people realize what he has to go through on a daily basis or what his life's like.
But let me ask you a question, Justin.
Make sure he does the right thing to help this team win.
A lot of it he brings on himself, though, Justin.
That's where I was going.
And so I wonder, do you guys know? Does it distract you all? I guess is the question.
No, it doesn't distract us. I mean, I'm on the field. When I come off the field, I'm right to my offensive line coach, worrying about what I have to focus on. So, if it's something that him and his coach deal with, that's what happens when you come off the field. You got to talk to your position coach. So I'm getting worried about what I have to do and getting my job done and the offensive line's job done to make sure we're going the right direction.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, listen, your job is to open holes, as we said, and keep your franchise quarterback clean. There's no doubt about that. I don't know. Maybe I'm old school in the sense that I just see a guy. And listen, I want to make sure I say this to you as well. There is no doubt that he plays his ass off. I don't know if there's a wide receiver, maybe Steve Smith outside of him, that plays with the grit and the force and the ferocity that your wide receiver does. I guess what I worry about for your offense, it seems like when he's not getting fed the football, it becomes a distraction, which on some level, I think, and I could be wrong, you tell me, that on some level, even if it's subconsciously, it almost kind of forces McAdoo and Eli to make sure you placate him and get him the football, which could be a detriment to the rest of the offense.
Yeah, I think we definitely have to make sure we spread the ball around because obviously teams are going to be double covering him and going to be trying to take him out of the game or get into his head. So I think he definitely has to do a good job of making sure we put the team first. But Odell wants to win more than anybody. He wants to go out there and win those games, and all of us want to do that. So making sure we eliminate any penalties, anything that's going to hurt the team. I think he obviously realizes that he has to do that too, and obviously keep getting better and maturing in that aspect will definitely help him out.
I'm talking to Justin Pugh, Giants offensive lineman here on Tiki and Tierney.
Hey, Justin, we only have a minute left here, but look, I think the most maligned group out of the entire Giants team right now is your group, the offensive line. What are you guys doing to get better?
Get healthy. I mean, I've been out for 4 weeks now. Every guy that came into after me has gotten hurt as well. So it's been at left guard spots we're going down. To just come back and get that group going in the right direction. And hopefully, this week I'm healthy coming back. We can get back out there and continue what those guys have been doing for the past, 6 weeks before Pittsburgh. Just giving Eli that confidence to know that he can sit back there and pick apart defenses, and then we start running the ball. And once he gets in these the December months and, make this run, get into the playoffs and make some noise.